Hey, what's up guys, it's Mike with Alpha Reptile, back with another reptile room tour. February 2022 is going to be a huge month for us. I know you guys didn't get one in January, so stick around for the February reptile room tour. Let's get started. Tiny hide on his, uh-oh, now we're in trouble. Trying to get Now I think it is worth noting that obviously I am sick. I got the vid, I'm pretty sure. Recovering now, so that's great. I'm here to share the room with you guys. There will be a second video coming out after this one that will be regarding all the different changes that are happening, so I'm gonna try not to talk about it in this video. Just make sure you guys go check out the next video that comes out, because there are some serious changes that will be happening, and I think you guys won't wanna miss it. If you guys are new to the channel, my name's Mike. I'm a reptile hobbyist just like you. We have our own business called the Jungle Vault. If you guys are interested in fat tails, hog noses, plants, that kind of deal, make sure you check out the link down below, thejunglevault.ca. We'll definitely take you there. But with that being said, let's get started on this room tour, starting with the rack behind me. I guess first we have to address this monkey man. Can you come up here, please? Sir, thank you. He was just hanging out. We let him kind of free roam the room for most of the time we're actually in the room. That way he can just kind of hang out and get a little bit more room and movement than this 36-18-24 EXO allows for. But if you guys haven't seen the build that we did with Titoka, this is his massive 4x2x4 enclosure. I'll leave a link to the video in the description down below for you guys to go check out. But in that video, I show you guys the entire setup of this tank. Doing well so far besides the fungus gnat issue. I mean, we're just basically letting it mature a little bit, get the plants start growing, and hopefully make this tank nice and lush before he goes in there. Now, with that being said, we will start on this rack here. Mostly just a plant rack, but there are a few reptiles on here. Over here, we have a little mourning gecko. There's several little baby mourning geckos in here. This is just the baby grow out tank. I think there's like 3 or 4 in there. We are now gonna have to rip this tank apart for the upcoming expo, February 27th, if you're in the Toronto area. In the middle here, just a plant tank. Won't cover that in this video. Over here, we have the Crusiohyla craspidopus. Beautiful fringed-leaf frogs. We have some plans with these guys coming up very soon that you'll hear about in that update video. I haven't started up the kind of pool area just yet. They're still in kind of like a drying out period. Slowly, as the lights turn back on for longer, I will be ramping up misting, and I'll be filling this pool and having that running for them. Right next to it here, you can see that we have another bin with plants. This one will be kind of redone in the very near future, probably later today, to be honest. And down here, we have the OG. We have Striker. Striker is my very first reptile. He is the OG. He's like 17 years old, I believe. He's back there. You guys can't really see him. I can't even see him at the moment, but he's chilling in his hot hide. Bree recently went through and redid his tank with some different plants that we had lying around. Nominally, that jade plant there, doing really, really well. The rest of his tank hasn't really changed. We did add that extra rock in front there for him to feel a little bit more secure, and he seems to like it, so I can't complain. I know I'll get this question 100 times in the comments, so if you guys are wondering, these little decals that you see on the tanks are from Cloud Forest Designs. And I guess with that, we'll come to this middle rack here. It's kind of a display area. You guys already saw Titoka, so I'm not gonna cover him. Big chillin', spitting on the glass, as per usual. Down here, we have the craziest turtles around. These are Geomyda spangleri, the Vietnamese black-breasted leaf turtle. That is the male. They are ridiculous. If I just like, he'll come flying over and wonder what the heck's going on. Love these guys so much, and I think I'm going to be dropping their temps and potentially putting them in for kind of a quick little brumation period and seeing if they produce this year. Haven't decided yet 100%. This is the female. She is doing fantastic. You can see they do look a little bit different. The males have a little bit crazier eyes. Females have a much shorter tail. And yeah, these guys are both just doing fantastic. I will be adding the 7% sunblasters into their tanks eventually. I have no plans of that just yet because we have so much other stuff to get done. But right now they're doing fantastic, and I can't complain about that. Now moving on from the Spangleri, we can move down to the Brazilian rainbow boa. This is Breeze Brazilian rainbow boa. I believe he will actually be available at the upcoming expo because we have some big plans and some dream snakes for Bree, but again, you'll have to check out that other video. This is the rainbow boa enclosure, 4x2x16. He's nowhere to be seen. Now that we've finished covering the middle rack, we can go talk about this bad boy right here. And this tank here is a 24-18-36 Exoterra. As you can tell, it's definitely a large one. And I'm very happy to say that this will be all ripped apart probably fairly soon. The plan is to put in the Crusiohyla craspidopus into this tank. I have kind of a general idea of what I want to set up in my head. I don't know when or if I'm going to be able to execute it to my standards, but I'm going to try for sure. Until that point though, this tank is actually looking pretty solid. There's a couple kind of stragglers down here. There's a El Choco Red. There's some Peperomia Antonia. There's a couple just random weeds. There's a Macodius patola back there that you guys can see. There's a very rare Elaphoglossum, which is like a fern back there. The tank is looking solid, and I cannot wait to see what I can turn it into with the Crusiohyla going in here. I really truly do believe that everybody needs a display vivarium in their lives. That's why this has not been completely destroyed yet. And speaking of something else that everybody needs in their lives, a wallet. I know this is a reptile channel, but I'm willing to bet that you own a wallet, so hear me out. Many of us, including myself a few years ago, have been stuck in the Stone Ages with this giant brick of a wallet, holding gift cards we were given over a decade ago and haven't thought about since. It's time to modernize your wallet and carry the cards you actually use with this Parliament wallet by Exter. I'll leave an affiliate link in the description down below, as well as a pinned comment for your chance to save up to 30% off of your order on top of the wicked Valentine's Day sale that they're running right now. Now, like I said, I recently switched to the Parliament wallet by Exter, and easily my favorite feature is the quick card access mechanism that allows for wicked fast card access. On top of that, this is a quality wallet that offers RFID protection and is made from premium leather. There are several different styles available on their website, and I'd highly recommend picking up one of these nifty little tracker cards too. If you're anything like me, you leave your wallet in random places, and with the app that connects to your tracker, you can ping your wallet, so no more losing it around the house, and it also works vice versa, so you double tap the card and it pings your phone. It's also solar powered and trackable worldwide. It's definitely a great add-on for your new wallet, and if this interests you, again, there will be an affiliate link in the description down below and in the pinned comment. You can help support me and save up to 30% on your order at checkout on top of the already existing Valentine's Day sale. Make sure you go check it out. I want to say a huge thank you to Exter for sponsoring this video, and now we can move on to this behemoth 6-foot rack here. I get the question a lot, where do I get these racks? And this one came from Costco. Pretty much all the big ones came from just big box stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, Costco, that kind of deal. I guess we'll start up top here. Up here, you'll happily see the Mourning Gecko tank hasn't completely died yet. Yay! They are doing very well in their new setup. Their setup is still kind of acclimating, as it's only been a couple weeks since I planted it and put it up here. You can see most of the plants are doing very well. The geckos themselves, you can see one back there. I think they're enjoying their new abode, and I still need to swallow my pride and build them another tank, because this is, like I said in that video, and links to all the videos that I mentioned will be in the description down below for you guys to go check out. This is an old style exo, so it will need to be redone, so if it ever comes down to it, we can replace the lid. Up here is Forest, one of the Chihuahua, And you can see his eyes back there, just chilling. Obviously not the best picture of him, but I'm not gonna be going in there and trying to rip him out because I have no hands to do so. And moving on from forest, we have mantis, another Chihuahua, and wow, she's actually out too. Well, forest is out pretty frequently. Mantis, you can almost never see during the day. Check her out. She is absolutely gorgeous. They are a pair. If you come to the expo, you will see these guys available. They're doing great. Fantastic lineages and fantastic little creatures. They actually have a good personality to them too. They're not completely psycho, and I really enjoy them. Chihuahua are truly my favorite New Caledonian gecko. The close seconds are over there, and it's the genus of Vietnamese, but we'll cover that when we get there. They're not crazy like crested geckos. They can definitely have a little bit of an attitude, so that's something you have to kind of get used to, but beyond that, they are wicked little creatures. Now that we've covered the top rack, we can move down to this 12 by 12 by 24 Exoterra tank, and it houses our Boega dendrophylla melanota. This is Reaper, breezed Boega dendrophylla melanota. Stunning species. Love him so much. His tank is doing fairly well. He's got a couple trees in there. You guys can see the umbrella plant, the arbicola, I believe. And then we also have two different trees of Ficus benjamina. We have the like starlight version, which is this kind of variegated version, and then we just have the standard green version of the benjamina. Now next to him, we have probably my favorite reptiles in the reptile room. These are Tachydromus smaragdinus, otherwise known as the green or the emerald grass lizards. There's one of my females up there. As you can see, her heart rate's increased a little bit since the introduction of the camera. The male and the other female, I actually don't see right now. They must be chilling in their grass, but their tank's doing almost too well. This one right here is just a standard non-variegated spider plant, so it looks like long blades of grass, and then the back plant there is actually a species of grass. I did make a video setting this tank up, so if you guys are curious, you can always go check that out in the description down below. And it is growing like crazy. One thing that I kind of have an issue with it growing so well is that it's going to make it difficult to get eggs. So that's kind of my only issue with it, but it looks stellar. These guys are sexually dichromatic, which means the male is a different color than the female. Here is the other female. You guys can kind of see her head on screen. They are entirely green. And the males of this species have a brown lateral line, essentially, from their head all the way down to their tail. And that's how you can tell the males and females apart. From birth, they're sexually dichromatic, so nice and easy to sex when they hatch out. In here, oh hey, you can actually see her. Or him, I can't tell if that's Groot or Gamora, but this is another pair of Chihuahua that we own. Beautiful pair. They are the parents, the sires to our offsprings that we have. We're currently sold out of Chihuahua, which is kind of crazy, but awesome. Again, Chihuahua are a fantastic species to get into if you guys are interested. We should have more offspring this summer, hopefully. That is their tank, 18-18-24. And then over here is definitely something that you do not see every day. And in fact, most of you guys have probably never even heard of it. These guys are Boega nigriceps. These are the green-headed or black-headed cat snake. Absolutely stunning. You can see the female's head there and the male's body. He's very burgundy, kind of a brown color with that kind of slate gray, almost green head. And the female has a very nice red body. She's filled up with some quail right now, as you can see. But she has a very nice kind of red hue, kind of brick red hue to her body. And whew, stunning snakes. They're currently both in an 18-18-24. This is just a temporary tank for them. They were in quarantine for the longest time in here, and we have kept them in here for now. While we were doing all the other upgrades and such, they are on that list. They'll be getting basically a 36-18-24 Exoterra. Very cool species. You do not see them every day. These are the hognose tanks that we have set up for our hognoses. All of them are females, and one is currently paired with a male over there. Down here, we have Callista. She is a purple line Arctic albino anaconda. She is kind of dirty because she's been hanging out a lot in her humid hide, but just a quick soak and that all goes away. You guys can see a little bit of dirt in her mouth. Do not be concerned. We were concerned at first, but it is truly just dirt. Don't worry. She is gorgeous. Normally she has a pretty crazy appetite. The hognoses are mostly Bree's project. Obviously it's kind of combined with the Jungle Vault. I really did fall in love with the hognoses ever since Bree has kind of introduced them into my life. These two tanks are 24-18-12s, and that one is an 18-18-12. So just for you guys reference wise. This is Bree's very first hognose, Rowan. An absolute sweetie. Typically she shows a little bit of kind of huffy and puffy, but she's not about it today. She's just kind of hanging out. That was boring. Thank you, Rowan. We appreciate you. In the tank right next to Rowan, the hide, or the humid hide, is not so humid because currently the male is actually paired with Equinox. I gotta be careful because she will try and come and eat me. She is the Arctic Lavender, and she's paired with Rorschach. Oh boy, such an angry cobra. Look at you. I'm trying to get... No, you're so scary. He's not even in there with you? Dang it. Oh, I touched her. Equinox is currently paired with Rorschach, who is the beautiful Oreo McFlurry hognose. I'll try and throw in like a video of him that I took earlier, just so you guys can see who she's paired with. I'm not gonna bother trying to dig him out for this video, but she is a very pretty hognose snake. So now that we've covered this whole rack with the hognoses, we have our little kind of working table. We got some super strong vinegar solution. We have an F10 disinfectant. And this is just kind of our little work area. This rack is a bit of a mixed bag, so hold on to your horses and let's get going. In here we have a very, very cute little hatchling Strophrus ciliaris. This was actually produced by Bree and I. Absolutely stunning little baby, growing like a weed and super, super cute. So we love having him around, or it around. We don't actually know what sex it is yet. But next to him, the following two tanks are also both Strophrus ciliaris. We have one pair that is for sale, and that is these guys. Little male hanging up there. Female is going to be hard to see through all the reflections, but she's back there. So they're both doing great. She is a proven female. She's the one that produced this little guy. And in here, we actually have a trio. We have two females, one of which is right here, and the male is chilling back there. You'd never see them. Like, where is... Well, obviously you can see that one, but where is he? You don't even know. You can see the tip of his tail there, bright yellow. But zooming out, I mean... Looking quickly, good luck. Moving on from the Strophrus on this rack, we have the second favorite genus, I suppose, from New Caledonia. These are Urodactylodes. These are also known as chameleon geckos. They are becoming increasingly popular in the hobby, and I can definitely see why. They're kind of ephemeral, actually. They're kind of active throughout random periods, whether it's night or day. At least that's how we experience it here. They're always out. They're pretty much never hiding. But again, like you see here, she's just kind of chilling, not really doing anything, although she is aware that I am here now. We do have a trio in a 12-12-18. The other one is, well, this is the other female, hanging out under there. And the dinky little male is right there. So they're doing fantastic. This is a breeder setup. This isn't necessarily what I'd recommend for your Urodactylodes. The only thing that would really improve on it is just adding a few more sticks and maybe a little bit more densely planted. But other than that, this is what they live in, this is what they breed in, and this is what they're doing so well in. So this is Urodactylodes Vieyardi, and next to the Vieyardi, we have Occidentalis, which is another similar species, but you can see the scalation around the head is definitely way different. These guys do produce much slower than the Vieyardi. They just seem like they have a lower fecundity, meaning that they produce less offspring. These guys are kind of expensive, not gonna lie, but the Urodactylodes Vieyardi are definitely affordable and make for an incredible first pet. They're super easy to care for, and unlike crested geckos, they don't hop and they're not crazy. Consider them for one of your pets, because they're so cool. Now down here, we have a whole assortment of different shenanigans that's going on. So starting from left to right, in here we currently have nothing. This will be discussed in the video that I've mentioned like 18 times in this video. The tank is doing okay. Some of the plants seem to be showing a little bit of wear and tear, unfortunately. Not sure exactly why. By and large, it's doing well. Some of the moss is starting to grow, and my orchid hasn't died yet, so that's a positive. Over here, on top here, we have somebody. This is the Cyrtodactylus peguensis zebrachus, the Thai bent-toed gecko. There's like 20 different common names for this guy. If you are interested in a mister like this, I will leave an Amazon affiliate link in the description down below. It works like a charm, and I'm hoping that he doesn't... There he is. Really, really cool species. This was produced by our friend Ryan Brennan, otherwise known as Empire Reptiles. If you guys are interested, check him out. We will certainly be getting a second one because, I mean, like, look how cute he is. Or she, we don't really know yet. We think it's a male, though. They are lightning fast when they want to be, though. Holy smokes. He's just kind of chilling. Look how gorgeous that gecko is. Whew. And they actually call as well. It's really hard not to love these guys. They're so cool. Got crazy markings. And they actually get a decent size, but they are extremely slow growing. Holy smokes. I mean, I know he's definitely gotten way bigger since we got him, and we will be upgrading him, don't worry. I will show you what we have going on in this tank below. In here we have Amirga basileri sisa. Very cool species of dart frog. These guys will actually be available at the show. I'm going a different route with the dart frogs. There's a group of, I believe it's a 1.3, but it could also be a 2.2. So if you guys are interested, definitely let me know. That's one of the females. They are a really cool frog, like, don't get me wrong. If we had more room in this reptile room, I would definitely keep them. But unfortunately at this time, it's not in the cards. You can see we have a little male down here. It actually only has one eye. It's One-Eyed Willie. I just came up with that name, but I like it. So that's One-Eyed Willie. The rest of his harem is in here. So the tank is actually looking pretty solid, or the bin, I know. Go ahead, hate me for it, whatever. But it's looking pretty solid. We got moss growing everywhere. They have produced offspring, which is actually in here. This is some tadpoles that are starting to get their back legs, so I can't complain too much. You guys can see some back legs kind of existing on that one. They're doing well, so they'll be out of water soon. Those will eventually be available in a couple months when they're well established and doing good. In here are a few more Chahoua. There is Jigsaw, who is actually out. Nice, he blends in so well. This is Jigsaw down here. Blends in like terrifyingly well with that cork bark. He's doing great. Still not quite breeding age yet. And here we have Rune, another gorgeous Chahoua, but unfortunately she's being a little pain in the buttocks, and she's not out right now. I'm not gonna go through and fish for her. We will just move on. And in here we have the two baby female Tachycromis smaragdinus. I'll probably end up putting one up for sale eventually. But right now, it's just, God, that was creepy. Right now, it's just the two females. One, and female 2. They're big chillin'. They had a huge meal of crickets yesterday, so they are still probably digesting those. They're in a 12-12 cube. They will be getting upgraded into a 12x12x18, just as a kind of more full-term grow out. And eventually, I might try and get an unrelated male in order to toss to these girls. Down here, we can move to the Shellman. He is the Shelly Dawn. He is an Eastern Hermann's tortoise. He is one of the OGs of the channel, and I mentioned it on every video, and I'm not going to save it for the updates video, but he will be getting a much larger pen. He does get free roaming time, so don't worry, he's not enclosed in this tub at all times. This tub is 4 feet by about 18 inches, so it's decent, but definitely not a full-term setup for him, so he will be getting moved. He's doing great, though. He does need a bit of a beak trim. Next time I go see my vet, I might just bring Sheldon for a little car trip and see if he's willing to do that for me. If not, I have done them before at tortoises at work. I would just prefer for my own tortoises that a vet does it. I'll talk to Alec about that, and maybe we can get even some video of it, because it is kind of a weird experience. I'd like to bring you guys along if I can. I'm hoping this summer he will get a temporary outside pen. We'll see how that goes, because if you guys know me, I'm living with my girlfriend's parents, and we can't do everything. I'll try, but we'll see what happens in that regard. Now, moving over next to Sheldon is Cardinal's Bin. She is a Oreocryptophis porphyraceous coxeye, otherwise known as a Thai bamboo rat snake. She is pretty much an adult, and I am aware that this bin is too small for her. We do have a much larger, I believe it works out to be an 80-gallon tank for her. We're just setting that up right now. We're doing the background, and then we got to get the hardscape and stuff put in, but it is in the works. She will be set up nicely, and she's doing fantastic. You guys can see just how iridescent she is. She almost looks blue. But she's looking for food. Hello? Excuse me. She's just chilling. There you go. Now you can see the really true red on her. She's gorgeous. And what's cool about these guys is because she is an Asian rat snake, she likes it cold. To the point of where I don't even want to hold her for too long, because my body heat is hotter than they enjoy. You guys can see her here. Absolutely stunning, but she is cold, definitely to the touch. And her bin gets a maximum of 71 to 72. Sometimes in the summer it might go into the mid 70s, but never higher than that, because that's actually not good for them. They like it around the 60s even. Love her to death, and I'm so happy Bree decided not to sell her, because honestly I probably would have kept her and put the kibosh on that, to be honest. She's really cool. We have the infamous wood rak from my reptile room long ago that you guys might remember. This is Indy, Bree's blue-tongued skink. This is Taliqua skincoides intermedia, or the northern blue-tongued skink. He's doing great. He is a good boy. A dirty boy, but a good boy. Nonetheless, hi, don't eat me. Yeah, normally you're pretty good. Yeah, there you go. He's doing pretty well. His tank will definitely be needing to be replaced in the very near future. We did a substrate change on him not too long ago, and the floor of this tank is starting to get a little wonky, so it's definitely time to replace that. In the meantime, though, he's still doing well. No harm caused to him at all. He's doing good. You got such a dirty head. You got a little dirt hat on. Forget dirt stash, you got the dirt hat. Alright, and moving up here, we have the Uromastyx geri, the Saharan Uromastyx, the Niger Uromastyx, whatever you want to call them. This is Olga and Hugo. These guys are doing absolutely fantastic. I don't think she's gravid. I don't know. There's been times where it's oh, you look like a balloon, you'll probably lay. And there's times now where I'm maybe not. I didn't really cycle them all that much this year. I just think because of the move last year, they're still not really fully settled into their environment yet. They're totally good with their tank. They're obviously both quite outgoing. I'm not going to cross my fingers for this year, but hopefully next year. Hugo Such a good man. Olga is a little sketchy. Like, she's not mean by any means, but Hugo is a homie. Look at him. Such a homie. Hi. That's Hugo and Olga, the Saharan Uromastyx. They're in a 4x2x18. Now moving down in a 4x2x2, 120 gallon, is Vulcan. You were just out. There you are. This is a yellow Ackie monitor. He is a savage. Not so much like just a straight up savage. If you excitedly stick your hand in there, the chances of him biting you are pretty good. You can just see by like the hand movements, he's pretty wacko when it comes to that. But beyond that, he's actually very intelligent, very smart, and as long as you're careful, pretty easily avoided from getting bitten. I still think I might do some like ball training or something with him, but at the moment, it's just not on the cards. I love him, and he's really cool, and I would like for him to be holdable, but it's not something that's, like, critical in my eyes. But his tank is doing meh. The plant has died, and it definitely needs a revamp, but that will be coming in the future. So, that is Vulcan, doing fantastic, looking very svelte. He was hatched and raised by Cody on a breeding loan with me, so he is one of the cherished members of the reptile room. And now before we cover the kind of baby grow out type rack, let's cover this new rack that you guys, I don't think I've ever seen before in a video. This is not really new to us. We set it up probably beginning of January, but I haven't made a reptile room video in that time. So we have our baby Iridactylodes. These are Iridactylodes occidentalis in here. You can see him up there. This is how we raise our juveniles, our babies. They all get raised in small containers like that, and then when they're big enough or in groups, they get moved into like the kind of little totes from the dollar store. They work great, and they seem to be quite happy. You can see some of them are sold, some of them are not. We have holdbacks as well. We're looking for more of like a streamlined solution to raising these guys. Let me know if you have any suggestions, but for now, this is doing the trick. Now down here is something I believe I haven't showed you guys yet. In here, we have Bree's first official dart frogs. Oh, you saw him jump behind the board there. These are Ranitomea vanzolini. Very cute little frogs. Tiny little thumbnails. I like them a lot. They're more bold than I remember most of the thumbnails I've owned being, so that's a good choice on her part. And there's 3 of them in here currently. We'll be moving them into a custom-built tank that I built for Bree that we're working on right now. Yeah, so this is their bin currently. Just a little Brahm, Syngonium rayi. This is a philodendron from the jungles of Peru. We're not sure on sexes just yet, but I'm pretty sure we have a 1.2. So, pretty decent odds. That's them. Moving down from them is where we have the, I guess, holdback Chihuahua. Let me just pull them out and show you guys them. This is the holdback Chihuahua. Technically the first clutch, but the second hatchling that hatched out. A real stunner, for sure. Kind of hard to tell exactly, but definitely a gorgeous white collar. Beautiful first little baby. His name is Lark. Bree has informed me. And here is the other little baby. Not so little, I guess. But you can see here that it is nice and wound up in his little cork. We're trying to get him out, but he is not budging. Definitely a gorgeous little Chihuahua. I love them so much. Very happy that we have produced them. That one is, as I mentioned, already sold. I'll just stick them back. Now the remaining few things on this rack I will go into. We'll start off just quickly. Down here we have put the mature Damium, Leucasium Damium, in for a cool down, hoping that they'll produce this year. I'll open this bin and show you guys the prize that is in here. It will also be available for sale. And then up here, we have small Geckoella nebulosus. These guys are insane. I caught a video of them calling one night. I'll insert it right here. It sounds like a canary. Cody. Go, beer. Absolutely stunning They're so cool. Another neat little gecko. It looks very similar to the Pterodactylus. They bounce around taxonomically. And here is the tub that I was showing you guys earlier. It's a frog bin. Not only does it have some pretty nifty plants in there, but it has a very, very, very rare species of Amirga. This is Amirga silverstoni, an incredible species of Amirga. As you can tell, he's super, super shy, which is part of the reason why I'm not really too interested in keeping him. A gorgeous frog nonetheless. Yeah, this is a frog that not many people get to see, and the breeder of him, I'm hoping that I'll be able to film a video at his frog room, because he's a great guy, very legendary frog room, and hopefully you'll see that in another video. That is Amirga silverstoni, one of the most rare, most beautiful Amirga species out there. And now we've come to the last little portion of the reptile room here. These are some of the babies that we have for sale, as well as some of the younger pets that we own that are being kept in here. In the first rack that we'll be showing you, we have Lux. This is our male champion breeder hognose snake. He's an albino anaconda, and he's just about to go into shed, so he's hanging out in his human hide. Nice and damp in there, but oh boy, look at those eyes. You can't see nothing. So I will happily close this. Watch your brain. There you go. That's Lux. I don't want to bug him any more than that. He's just chilling. Next up above Lux, we have Scoria. Ooh, with a beautiful shed. Nice. That's what we like to see. Oh, hi. You're under here. I'll take that shed out later. Hi. You're just hanging out, hey? Gray-banded Kingsnake Lampropeltis alterna. Absolutely stunning little creature. You'll see there's a few of these in this rack, but this was her first. Definitely a gorgeous snake indeed. I wish she'd come out to show you guys. I'll let her be. We'll grab that snake shed later. And then over here, we have my very first snake ever. This is Saguaro. Hi, buddy. How are you doing? What's up? Are you gonna, like, feast on me? Please don't. I don't need to prove that you're a king snake. They already know that. This is Saguaro. He is the very first snake ever. He is a Lampropeltis pyromelana woodeni, so he is a Arizona mountain king snake, but just like a different locale. Absolutely stunning little creature. He's getting nice and long, which is so crazy to see. I remember when I first got him and he was tiny little noodle. I think he'll be getting an upgrade fairly soon. That'll be tied in with all the plans that you guys will hear in that video that I keep teasing. Hopefully he'll be able to breed next season. That would be pretty awesome. Like, not this coming season, but the season after that. You guys are so cute. I believe their common name is helmeted gecko. Bree and I referred to them affectionately as jelly beans. Scientifically, though, they are known as Diplodactylus galeatus, or galeatus, however you want to pronounce it. This is a very cool, like, aberrant pattern one. Absolutely stunning little gecko. And the one next to it is a more normal looking one. Oh, you shed. Man, Australian geckos have a thing for making a giant mess with their shed. But you can see this one has, like, the clean bands on its back. Little bit of aberration, but for the most part, just clean bands. Where the other little smaller one has mostly just aberrant kind of spots. So definitely something we're going to try and see if it kind of proves out. But look at them. They're just so cute. Hi. That is the Galeatus, Diplodactylus galeatus. Very cool little species of gecko. This is my Liasis savuensis, or my Savu Python. I'll show you guys him because he did just freshly shed yesterday. I posted a video on my story on Instagram, if you guys are curious, of him just losing it. And I assume that's what he's going to do now. So I need to be ready for the cannon of rage. But you guys can see how beautiful he is. I really don't want to stress him, so I'm going to try and stay as far away as I possibly can, whilst also getting a decent shot. You can see that typical Savu eye starting to come in. Absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to set him up in a bit of a bigger setup. But this is always the most dangerous part. See? Angry. Hey. Okay, enough. Enough. Chill, 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 chill. There. There. He's tamed. If you guys are worried about me putting this little tiny hide on his... Oh. Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. Crap. Alright, I'm going to get him all squared up and put away. Don't want to stress him out too much. Now we're moving away from the only python in the room and moving to colubrids again. In here we have Sedona, which was actually named by one of my subscribers, but I totally love the name. This is going to be Saguaro's mate many years down the line. This is also another Lampropeltis pyramilana woodeni, another gorgeous king snake. I will put that back down on her, let her relax. That's Sedona. In here we have gray banded king snakes that will be paired bred as a trio 1.2. Here is one of them. Stunning, stunning Alterna. And what's nice about all the Alterna we get is they actually eat. Yeah, see, he's like, bro, don't touch me, I'll eat you. But yeah, that's one of them. And the other one happens to be under her water. Oh, you're going into shed. You look like trash. I'll let her be, and I'll show you one more prized possession hognose before we move on to the ones that are for sale. So right here we have a sunburst hognose. This is a sable albino. So double recessive trait. Absolutely stunning. So you can see the two right next to each other. Just the saturation is so crazy different. This actually albino anaconda is for sale if you guys are interested. Just an insane difference between the two. Like, you see that and then you see that, but you see that alone and you're like, yeah, that's nice, but nothing crazy. And then you see it next to a standard albino, and it's just insane, the difference. And now that we've covered all of the pets in the rack, we can cover the ones that are for sale. Alrighty, so the first on the list is this beautiful anaconda albino. This is Pencil. This is the hungriest, most untrustworthy hognose that we own. He is known to try and take a chomp from human flesh every now and then. Typically when he's out, he's fine, but in his bin, he is a savage when it comes to eating. He's not available on the website. We don't have any of the hognoses up there yet. We are waiting until the end of this month when there's an expo, and then whichever ones remain from that expo we'll be putting on the website. But if you guys are interested in anything, shoot me an email, send me a message on Instagram, follow us on Instagram if you're interested, thejunglevault.ca, the Jungle Vault on Instagram. All right, in my hand right here is a female anaconda, head albino. Again, absolutely gorgeous. So this is one of the few females that hatched this year. I think we have 4 total, and one of them is still a non-feeder. This one's eating fairly well now, so is ready to go to a new home. Alrighty, and in my hand here, this one is a little psycho. This is a little Superconda head albino. So this is another one that's available. This is a female. If you guys are interested, I'm not gonna show every single hognose we have available, but I'm just showing one of each kind of morph. Finally, we have this beautiful albino Superconda. Gorgeous little male, we believe. Cute little guy. Just looking to go for a stroll. But if you guys are interested, let us know in the comments down below. Send us a message, whatever you need to do to get in contact with us. We can ship to the States if you're interested. It isn't super cheap, so keep that in mind. All right, you guys, and that is actually going to do it for today's video. Oh gosh. There we go. Totoka has been itching to come out for the last little while, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been a very long reptile room tour. Stay tuned for the kind of reptile room project that we got going on. That might be what I call it, actually. Just because there's so much stuff happening, you probably won't even recognize the room when it's done. So stay tuned for that video. It'll be coming out very shortly after this one. If you guys liked the video, make sure you click that like button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, leave it in the comment section down below. Of course, if you like this content, if you want to see Totoka go into his final large enclosure, subscribe, click the notification bell right next to it because we both appreciate it. You know how it is, right, little dude? But thank you all for watching. From Totoka and myself to you, Have a good one, and we'll catch you later. Bye!